Welcome once more to Mythic Sleep. I'm young Homer, here to guide you deeper into the timeless tale of the rise and fall of Zeus. Tonight, we arrive at episode 5, The Call of Destiny. Zeus discovers his purpose. In this chapter, we join the young Zeus as he begins to understand his true role in the universe, sensing the great purpose that awaits him beyond the shadows of Crete. As we step into this journey of awakening, allow yourself to sink into the comfort of your bed, creating a space of stillness around you. Find a position that feels restful. Close your eyes if you'd like, and take a slow, gentle breath in, filling your lungs completely. Now, exhale softly, letting go of any remaining tension, feeling your body settle and your mind grow quiet. This is your time to unwind, to be at ease. Let's begin by focusing on the breath, noticing its natural rhythm, flowing in and out like the gentle waves of a calm sea. Now, let's deepen the breath, inhaling fully and holding it just for a moment. Then release it slowly, feeling any tightness melt away as you exhale. Let's take one more deep, peaceful breath together and release, inviting a sense of calm to wash over you. Now, we'll guide each part of the body to relax, releasing tension with every breath. Starting with your forehead, allow it to soften as you exhale. Move down to your jaw, releasing any tightness, letting it ease completely. Now, turn your attention to your shoulders. Breathe in gently, and as you exhale, let them fall, like leaves floating down to rest on the forest floor. Feel your arms and hands grow heavy and relaxed, resting softly by your sides. Now notice the rhythm in your chest and belly. Inhale deeply, letting your belly rise, and on the exhale, allow your whole body to relax even further. Shift to your hips and thighs, feeling them supported as they sink into the comfort of your bed. And finally, bring attention to your calves and feet, letting them release completely, grounded and at peace. Now, imagine yourself on a mountaintop, beneath a vast sky stretching endlessly above you. The air is fresh and cool, carrying with it a faint, mysterious hum, as though the very earth is whispering a secret only the gods can hear. In the distance, you see the young Zeus, standing at the edge of the cliff, gazing out over the world with newfound awareness. He senses his purpose calling to him, a destiny that will one day lead him to challenge the Titans and bring peace to a divided cosmos. With each breath, feel yourself drawn deeper into this sacred space, standing beside Zeus as he looks out toward a future yet unwritten. Inhale slowly, letting the boundless sky surround you, and exhale, feeling completely calm, steady, and still. With your body relaxed and your mind open, allow the story to unfold, guiding you deeper into a world where purpose and fate entwine. Take a final deep breath in and out. Now, let us begin. In the quiet sanctuary of Crete, where he had spent his childhood shielded from the shadows of his father's fear, Zeus felt a stirring within him. The nymphs watched as he paced the grove, no longer a child, but a young god whose heart burned with questions and an unrelenting pull toward something beyond the island's serene borders. Though Crete had been his refuge, the place where he'd grown under the love of Amalthea, Melissa, and the other nymphs, Zeus now sensed that his time of innocence was drawing to an end. He was beginning to feel the weight of the destiny he had yet to understand, a calling that tugged at him, urging him forward into the unknown. The quiet contentment of his youth now seemed too small for him, as if he were outgrowing the safety of Crete, like a tree whose roots must push deeper to thrive. And so, he turned his gaze toward the horizon, his heart filled with both anticipation and a sense of longing. The nymphs, who had watched over him for years, could see the change in Zeus. They knew the time had come to tell him of the prophecy that lay at the heart of his existence. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow across the grove, they gathered around him. In solemn voices, they spoke of Cronus, his father, the mighty Titan king who had swallowed Zeus's siblings in a desperate attempt to thwart a prophecy foretold by the ancient oracles. A child born of Cronus will one day rise against him, the prophecy had declared, and bring an end to his rule. As the nymphs shared this truth, Zeus felt a surge of emotions, shock, sadness for the siblings he had never known, and a growing resolve that burned like a fire within him. He realized that he was not just a child hidden from harm. He was part of a much larger plan. His life had a purpose, one that had been woven into the very fabric of existence. As Zeus grappled with the weight of this revelation, his mind spun with questions. He had always known he was different, that a power lay dormant within him, but now he understood that this power was meant for a purpose far greater than himself. "What am I to do?" he asked, his voice filled with a mixture of determination and uncertainty. The nymphs looked at him with gentle eyes, understanding the burden he now carried. "Your path will not be easy, young Zeus," one nymph said, her voice soft yet resolute. "But the strength within you is meant to shine against the darkest shadows. You must rise to challenge your father and free those who suffer under his fear. The words settled upon Zeus like a mantle, a responsibility that both frightened and inspired him. He felt the beginnings of a resolve that would one day become unbreakable, a sense of duty to those who awaited his help. With each passing day, Zeus felt his inner power awakening, a steady current that coursed through him like the rivers that ran deep beneath the earth. His strength grew, fueled by the milk of Amalthea, the honey of Melissa, and the love of those who had nurtured him. One day, as he stood at the edge of a cliff overlooking the vast open sea, Zeus raised his hand and felt the energy spark within him. Thunder rumbled faintly in the distance, as if echoing his heart's awakening. The sky seemed to respond to him, the clouds gathering in solemn witness to the emergence of his divine strength. He felt connected to the forces around him, the sky, the earth, the very essence of the island itself. And in that moment, he knew his purpose was not merely to protect himself, but to stand as a guardian, a force of change that would challenge even the mightiest of beings. The power he sensed was not a gift of privilege. It was a responsibility. He was meant to be a beacon, a light that would dispel the darkness that gripped his family and threatened the world. Sensing Zeus's growing power and the heavy responsibility he now bore, the nymphs gathered to share with him one final piece of wisdom. They spoke of balance, of the importance of using strength wisely, and the dangers of letting power consume one's heart. Strength without compassion is a shadow, they warned, their voices a melody of gentle caution. Remember, Zeus, that true power lies not in dominance, but in justice. A god must stand for those who cannot stand for themselves. Your heart must be as mighty as your strength, for it is love that will guide you when all else seems lost. Zeus took their words to heart, understanding that his journey would require not only strength but courage, compassion, and wisdom. His power would be tempered by the lessons he had learned in this hidden grove, by the love that had been gifted to him so freely. With his heart fortified by the love and wisdom of his guardians, Zeus felt ready to take the first step toward his destiny. No longer a child content to play in the safety of Crete's forests, he stood on the edge of his childhood, ready to face the world beyond. He knew that to fulfill his purpose, he would need allies, strength, and a will as unbreakable as the mountains. But most of all, he would need the courage to face the darkness that awaited him, to confront his father and free those bound by his tyranny. His heart pulsed with resolve, his spirit emboldened by the love he carried with him from Crete. turning toward the path that would lead him beyond the sanctuary of his childhood, Zeus felt the weight of his calling settle upon him like armor. He was ready to step into his role, to become the light that would guide the world toward a new dawn. As the sun rose over Crete, bathing the island in golden light, Zeus stood at the entrance of the cave that had sheltered him. The nymphs gathered to bid him farewell, their eyes filled with pride and sorrow, knowing that this was the beginning of a journey that would change the cosmos. They had given him all they could, the nourishment of love, the strength of divine gifts, and the wisdom of ancient truths. Now, he would carry these gifts with him into a world that waited for his light. Zeus, the child of prophecy, would rise, not just as a god, but as a hero, and thus, with a heart full of courage and a spirit bound to justice, Zeus stepped forward, ready to face the destiny that awaited him. The call of his purpose echoed in his mind, a song of defiance, hope, and the promise of a new dawn. As Zeus takes his first steps toward his destiny, he knows that he cannot face the darkness alone. Join us in the next episode as Zeus seeks powerful allies in the depths of Tartarus, where he must face his first test of courage and strength to free the Cyclopes, the ancient beings who hold the key to his power. Until we meet again, may your path be filled with peace, strength, and a touch of magic. I'm young Homer, and I look forward to our next story together.